Bell Media, meanwhile, let's get to that story as we take a turn here. Ending several TV newscasts and making programming cuts. They are selling 45 of 103 regional local radio stations, several of them in BC, including, is it CKNL in Fort St. John?
Oh, that's where I worked.
And CJDC in Dawson Creek.
That's where you worked.
Where I worked, to Vista Broadcasting. So several people, I believe we're in the thousands here, Rick. 9% of their workforce.
It's just disgusting. 4,800 jobs, Donnie, gone.
4,800 jobs. Yeah, I've got it here. Yeah. They're being laid off. Now, this is the company that has, for a long time, been at the forefront when it comes to mental health, right? We all know what happened to us in 2021. I'm not going to whine about that. It happened. The way it went down was disgusting. Okay, so I won't go on about that. But you also see these ads about what a great place it is to work.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They're all over the place.
Not.
Some of the employees have already been notified. Like, you're laid off. Today they found out.
Yeah.
The rest will be told
later
in spring.
Unreal.
What? This is the company that's supposed to care about mental health. And you got to go in.
You wait.
Like, the big shots aren't getting laid off. I get that. But you got to go in every day wondering if in a couple of weeks or a couple of months you're going to have a job.
No.
Is that good for mental health? Does that
it's not
seem
good
like
for
you
mental
care
health.
about your employees?
And they do it every time this time of the year after Bell Let's Talk on, which is just absolutely ludicrous. This company has put AM radio in the gutter in Canada. There are 2 AM radio stations in Vancouver that are silent. You know why they're silent? Because these guys pulled the plug on them. There's no employees there. It's disgusting what they've done. They have put AM radio in Vancouver in the gutter, Don. It's shoestring budgets. There's nobody in the building. Everybody on the air. They just don't care. What they have done to AM radio is just disgusting.
This is from Bill in Pitt Meadows. It's an early, is it just me? Small-town radio stations started with local independent owners. That was the case for me in Dawson Creek and in Red Deer, you in Fort St. John.
Yeah, exactly.
Then they were scooped up wholesale by the big guys.
Yes.
And now they're going back to local, smaller ownership like CHEK. Maybe that is better in the end. And I'm telling you, we have landed so well with CHEK. And I think the model that CHEK has, where you have that foundation, and I'm not sucking up to my bosses. I really feel this way. Maybe I am. But you have that foundation of traditional media. We do a TV show. That's the foundation of what we're doing. But then you have offshoots, podcasts from there. Our show is podcast every single day. We have Twitter clips all over Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it these days. Also, every segment we do with interviews is shot out on YouTube. I think that's the way you do it. You try to hit every media platform.
Multiple platforms.
It's a great example of the way you got to do things these days. And hopefully that's the way our business is going. The big guys don't care.
No,
they've proven that they don't care. Why? I don't understand why they were allowed to do this, creating somewhat of a monopoly, in my opinion. Why they were allowed to do this when it seems like they didn't have a plan. To keep, for people to keep their jobs.
No.
And it's not, by the way, folks, it's not just on-air people.
No.
There are way more people working behind the scenes, like
copywriters. There's copywriters. There's salespeople. There's a ton of people at a radio station.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just, Donnie, what they've done. When 1040 started, they were owned by Chum Radio, which was a Canadian family. Right? Okay, it was a family back east, but it had a family feel to it. The moment 1040 went from Chum to these guys, it just the family feel left. Mm-hmm. When a family owns a business, they care. They care about Vancouver. They don't care about Vancouver in Toronto, these guys, these suits. To them, it's just, are you making money or not? Now the mandate in AM radio in this country is if you can break even, you get to stay. If you lose money, you're gone.
Yeah, but the problem is one of the reasons they're losing money is because of the way they approach things. Yeah. I could go on and on about how I feel about the way sales works in radio these days and the way things have been set up. But bottom line, we feel for everybody. Apparently W5, which has been around
it's
forever.
gone. It's
Weekend
gone now.
newscasts on CTV in Vancouver, done. Over and done with.